I would take a moment to show this off. So, Site 1, Future Utopia Island. Man, what a name for a place. Future Utopia Island. Cozy and safe factory. All the map stuff. Cleared in and stuff filled in. Got all the collectibles there too. All the collectibles here. Cryogenic Hope Town. Hope Town. Hope. Landfill Dreamland. Got that cleared off now. Finished the one that I got mad at. Those aren't birds. That's not Tim Curry. And whatever the other one was, Ink Fast Hotshot, I think. Which, this one I gave up on too quickly. Because, as I discovered, the targets aren't actually that fast. And, what was I going to say? What was the other thing? Oh yeah, there was checkpoints at every set of targets. So it's like, yeah, that one was not nearly as annoying as Those Aren't Birds. And Those Aren't Birds wasn't that bad either once I realized, like, oh, well, for one thing, I'm not getting close to where the boxes are landing, so they're not getting in range. You know, they're out of range. That's why I keep missing. And the other thing was that when they're going off in a set direction, they land on particular squares. So those uninkable squares, that's where they land. So that was the key to victory there. You will notice, let me just jump right back over there real quick, that I did it with the squiver. I told you I could do it! Anyway. So yep. Got a couple more kettles found, I think. Like maybe one or two in this area. I've discovered everything here, and there was actually only one I missed. Which is funny, because I was like, okay, I'll just do whatever kettles on the way to Site 6. Apparently I did almost all of them. Except for the one that wasn't actually on the way to Site 6. And then here's what Site 6 is looking like. Almost cleared it all up, because you can see all the collectibles here, but not all the collectibles here. I ran out of eggs, so we're gonna have to get more eggs. You will also notice almost all the upgrades, except for Small Fry Damage Up, which I'm missing just the one Sardinian, which is probably hidden in Site 6. It's kind of funny how expensive this is for, like, the last upgrade, when I don't think it's really gonna go that far, but hopefully we can get it before we finish all the levels, so we can actually utilize it. That would be nice. There's also almost all the Sunken Scrolls. I'll read through them all whenever I find that last one. Hopefully that won't be the very end of this. Because I don't know how many people would be, you know, how climactic would it feel to just be reading a bunch of stuff and just be like, oh, okay, that's all the stuff to read, bye. So hopefully we won't end with that. Yeah, these should all, never mind, should all be translated. Well, I guess we'll have to end with the alternate logs, perhaps. But I'll read 4 and 5 when we do Sunken Scrolls. It'll just be a reading session. Oh, it was in the air. Okay, so let's go do levels now. Feeling much better than last time. So this should go better than last time. Excuse me. Wow, my hair looked white for a moment. This mission, you will reach the goal while making skillful use of soaker blocks. They're giving me the tri-stringer. I'm gonna use the tri-stringer. I'm happy to see another tri-stringer level. Alright, what are we doing? Blocks. Block. Hey, maybe Agent 3 can use a refresher. Choose the base of block and more blocks will pop out. Yeah, I played Super Mario 3D World. 3D Land, but also... were they in World? I don't remember. You know, those blocks in Mario where you ground pound them and they all come out. A chart shot would make it. Hold down ZR. Oh, I bet this is... this is probably why they give you, Small Fry with... Small Fry with the Splooshomatic. Was it Splooshomatic? Or was it Splashomatic? It was some kind of automatic. It was Sledge-o-matic. Speaking of that, did you know Gallagher's brother is legally not allowed to grow a mustache? It's an interesting science fact for you. Come on. There we go. Because, yeah, apparently the story behind that was, like, his brother looks enough like him to do, like, impersonation shows. Like, people would pay for that. And then apparently there became, like, I guess, a dispute between them or something. And Gallagher's like, no, you know what, you can't do shows anymore. And then it got legal, and now his brother is legally not allowed to grow a mustache. I guess that's as far as it's gonna go. Alright. But if it did a squid surge, it would've... Or squid jump, whatever the jumping one, whatever this is. Would've got me that, I bet. What are you? Eggs? Give me eggs. Eggs. Give me eggs. 25. Oh, that's right. Stop. You. Stop. Get all the blocks. It's a funky shape. Is that the one? No. Nope. Well, then where are we going? Hang on. Oh, that wasn't all the blocks. There. Oh, my face burns a little bit. That's weird. I wasn't chopping onions or anything. It's not bad burns. It's just like, man, it's like it almost feels like it's burning on the side of my eyes. Like, what's going on here? Hey, you knocked that off. Like, get more blocks. I guess the idea here is gonna be cover. Maybe not. Well, I can safely stand on this without worry of it disappearing, so do that. Is that a slide down there? Pieces to mousetrap? Actually, yeah, I think that's what that is. It's parts to the board game mousetrap. And then there's like a... I don't know why it charged like it was gonna zoom in, like I'm using a splatter scope stringer. That'd be crazy. Yeah, like a little arcade cabinet. Looks kind of like a plug and play to me, where it's like you can't actually play it on the arcade cabinet. You have to plug it in. I guess in plug and play is usually like an Atari-esque controller, and you plug that into the TV to play a game. So probably not plug and play. Not plug and play per se. Just had to go for the rhyme. There's a cool 1,000 eggs. Easy ride, tricky targets. Oh yeah, destroy more targets. Destroy the targets and reach the goal! I wonder what their train of thought was for which missions will have an entry fee and which ones will be free. Maybe like splatting target station 3. I don't! Never again! Except I'm doing it now, so... Oh well. Got not bird PTSD. What's wrong with Pack a Punch when they pop so you can do all kinds of stuff? Oh, you mean these? Didn't realize I had those. Didn't realize they did that wrong. Yeah, I mean... When I made that PTSD joke, it's like, oh, I probably shouldn't joke about PTSD. But then it's like, you know, there are a lot of things that people joke about where some people are okay with it and some people aren't. So it's like, you know, you just gotta find your audience, I guess. You know, I probably shouldn't sit here and be like, oh, I can't say jokes like that because, you know, any joke I make could be bound to offend someone. So as long as I don't do stuff that's blatantly offensive, you know, like racist jokes or anything like that. Like... Not that PTSD is a light subject, but it's like, you know, I think people are enough used to PTSD jokes where it's like, no one's gonna come over here like, that's not actual PTSD. PTSD is really awful and terrible. It's like, yeah, I know. Like, there's a lot of things people make jokes about that are like, if it were actually like, you know, if it weren't hyperbole, but like, you can't see that, it's not that bad. But, like, that's kind of what hyperbole is, I guess. I guess that's the point I'm making here. Is it's supposed to be hyperbole. No one's supposed to take that seriously. I know it's not actual PTSD. and actual PTSD is terrible. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, good. They're moving with me. Okay. I was scared for a moment. And then they moved with me. And then I wasn't scared. Because if that was just like, oh, quickly get them all before you pass this point. Oh, you didn't get them all. Well, turn around. Oh, you didn't turn around fast enough. Oh, you missed the targets. You're gonna blow up. We're gonna blow you up because that's what we do when you fail a test sometimes. There we go. Goal. Oh, right, you gotta actually build the thing. Still don't really know what those things are we're plugging in. But then again, Octo Expansion never made it clear either. I just realized we're no longer saving mini Zapfish. For the people who this is their first Splatoon game, they're not gonna understand the fake mini Zapfish that we were saving in the tutorial. Oh, wait, what? What weapon was that? Goo-tuber, ew-tuber. That's another weapon I wonder if they buffed. So I think Chugga Conroy was pretty hard on it in his Let's Play. So hopefully, you know, hopefully it got the buffs it needed. It's coolest part of a charger? Charging, obviously. Just hold ZR to charge the shot. Don't forget, even when you're holding ZL and dive into ink, you can still keep your charge for a bit. Yeah, and I'm using a Goo-tuber, which is whole gimmick is that you can keep your charge for a while. Try this. Start charging, swim your ink, then come out blasting. Surprise! Haha. You mean like this? Ha! I bet they never saw that coming. Yeah, they didn't, because they were facing the other way. They didn't even know I existed until, like, half a second before their doom. Which is, like, one of the worst ways to die, really, is when you see it coming, and you get that, oh man, I don't know, and then you die. You know, dying in fear. That's not a great way to go, I imagine. Oop. Got the little X on my reticle, and I thought that meant I had enough charge to splat him. That's not what that means. And there's an Octo Sniper up there. I'll just get a full charge. Maybe a charge shot could reach. Whoop. There we go. Ah, much better. See, this being in the story, I feel like even if it's not a good weapon in multiplayer, even if it's outranked by other stuff, you can keep charging when you're on the ink rail too. Excuse me. Try this. Charge shock and up rail and blast off. Yeah, I know. Get on the rail? But it is a fun weapon to use in multiplayer. Or it's still fun to use. Oh, it's a regular ink rail. It's not the kind that you can. Right. Yeah, even if it is a weapon that's not very well balanced for multiplayer, if it's underpowered for multiplayer, it's still fun to use it in a level or two. I guess it's more Octo Jerks. Hopefully by Splatoon 4 we'll stop calling them Octo Jerks, and then the new enemy will be the Mammalians. We won't have to keep warring with the Octarians. But yeah, I don't remember if there were any levels in Octo Expansion that actually used the Goo-tuber, but I think it's a fun enough concept where there definitely should be a few levels based on it and its ability to hold a charge. Like doing that, that's real satisfying. Got any bombs? No. Alright. I guess we'll go around then. Oh, that wasn't a full charge. Huh. Well, good enough. Oh, wait, I only splatted the one guy. That's right, that wasn't a full charge, so it doesn't pierce. Alright. Let's take it up. Boop. Can't do anything because you can't make your shield move up. Haha. Okay, bad situation. There we go. Haha, this is because your shield can't go up. Ugh, come on. You can't move up. I got you. You're... There. What are you shooting at? Oh, there's two of them. There. Oh, not a third one. No, 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 shoot! They're not letting up, are they? That Octo Disco is gonna be a problem. Stupid barriers. Okay, so I don't think I can reach it quite from here. I guess what I gotta do is I gotta hold a charge and then hide with the charge. And then burn his house down with the lemons! No, okay. How do you see me behind the pillar? You shouldn't be able to do that. You should not be able to see me through the pillar. I don't know why the Octo Disco let go of the shield, but works for me. We're quite at quite a stalemate there for a moment. Anything? No? Okay. I'm not gonna look that hard because there's nothing to find except eggs. And we're done. Cool. Another 1,500 or so eggs. Alright, moving on to the next site. One-way ride through Target Town. Construct more targets! Let me say, giving it a try, Stringer. This mission with hand-eye rail coordination. Break every target using the right rails. Alright. Makes me think of trains. I guess that is the natural thing to think when you think rails. Okay, Agent 3, ready for high-stakes target practice? Well, once I center kept my camera, you have to hit every target you see. We have a footprint on every island you see. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, good, I kept my charge. Oh, okay. There's the water again. With the sinking objects in it, that reminds me of those dreams I have where I'm on sinking things. It's not fun. Stop making me think of nightmares. I just trusted that that suction dart would explode. Oh, oh, there goes my charge. Aim carefully. Nice. Nice. Okay, I see another grate. Great. Okay, wasn't sure that one was gonna get it. Target's dead head. Oh, that's a lot of them. That wasn't actually that tense, I don't know why. Keep it up, Agent 3, almost done. Uh-oh. Now that was worth a... How much more do I have left? Final stretch, don't lose focus now. My finger slipped. Ah, okay. Target's destroyed, that was fast. Thank you. Oh, you're so close. No! 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 No, I gotta start from the beginning! Should put in some Sonic music when I speed this up on YouTube. Problem is, I don't know any like well-known Sonic songs that you could associate with rail grinding. Mostly just know a couple of songs from Shadow the Hedgehog. That's about it. But see, because I'm gonna speed this up and I'm saying stuff, now this is stream exclusive content. See, the people on YouTube got to see me beat Those Aren't Birds and whatever that other stage was called. But people watching the stream, they get to hear the commentary for this part. I'm gonna speed up. You know, for what amount of commentary I'm gonna be able to do while I'm focusing. Tag targets dead ahead. I wonder how much of them saying, wow, you're good at this is actually just them, you know, me being fast and there being dialogue for that. Or if it was all seated the whole time, you know, meant to play the whole time. Oh crap. Agent 3, no! I got a message. Never mind. Read it later. Thought I had my Discord set to show when I'm live, so people know that I'm live, and that's why I'm not responding to them. Yeah, I wonder how much of their dialogue is meant, like, just always plays, and I just didn't pay attention. Or if I really am being fast, and I'm like, wow, you're fast. I don't think I'm that good with the stringers, so I can't imagine it's, you know, like dialogue meant to play for when you break a record or something. But you know, if it's meant to play before when you break the targets before a certain point, I can see that. Stop notifications! Stop being notifications! Come on! You're distracting me. Well, they didn't say, wow, that was fast. Really good, so I guess it doesn't always play. Huh. But again, I didn't think I was that fast last time. Especially compared to this time. Like, what did I do different? Was I really that fast last time? Oh, it jumped weird! Ah. Now see, this one I had a right to dread. Excuse me. I keep thinking these things are like little trash cans. Don't think that's what they're supposed to be. How do you get the onion rings? No! Super nice. Super hot. Super hot. I just realized that the ones I've had that are like 30 egg costs had like 3 lives. This had like, I think it had a 50 cost, and it gave me 5 lives, so I guess the cost is always like 10 eggs per life, per attempt. And now I'm aware of them saying dialogue when you fast, you know? Now I know what dialogue they say there at that part when you fast, and I'm aware of the fact that I'm not getting that dialogue. Final stretch, don't lose focus now. Destroy target, that was fast. See, now I know I'm doing fast. You're so close. See, that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do a falling. Mission complete. That was a lot. Great work out there, Agent 3. Yeah, the entrance cost was 50, so I guess it's the entry cost is based on like how many lives you get. But wrong way. See, I was thinking Site 6 this way, so this way to Site 6. So now we get to actually do the Site 6 missions instead of run past them, hoping to get to the boss. Bet you missed us. Defeat enemies and sneak it around in the mist and reach the goal. Maybe I'll be a little cheap and use the hero shot so I have my sensor. Hero gear. Oh, I just realized when you select it, it says hero gear. That's how you know it gives you all the upgrades you get with it. Also, I see now I have the jacket. So I guess I have enough upgrades now to have the jacket, and I don't have the bad shirt. Wait, that's like the end. Right there, isn't it? Yeah, but of course it's not going to be that easy. Question is, if it's not that easy, how easy is it? As in, where do I go? Where's the rest of the level? Over here. Ah, it's an Octoling. Ah, it's another Octoling. Ah, it's a sprinkler. Sprinklers are scary, I don't want to get wet! Oh. Oh, the level must be set up intentionally, so if you're not paying attention, you just run off a cliff because of the miss. Take that armor. You know, I don't know if I've seen anyone going around with the hero armor replica. I don't know if you can get that in this game. Ow. Well, apparently not. I can't even keep it in single player. Well, that's a weird shape for a bridge. Yeah, so earlier today, I was playing in more Crash 3, trying to get 100% as I've been doing. I believe I said that before. And I don't know. I think the vehicle stage had finally broken me. I think I'm done trying to complete Crash 3 for a while. Because yeah, there was a stage called Mad Bombers that was just the worst possible stage to try to get a time trial relic in. And when you hear that, you might think, oh, how bad was it? Was it a really short time? Well, yes and no. It wasn't that the stage had to be completed really fast. It's that you have barely any control over how fast you actually get to go in that stage. Because it's a vehicle stage where you're at. Oh, that's right. I got the ultimate in a can and I didn't use it. They just keep on coming, don't they? Yeah, they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. But then they stop coming because then I finish them off. Next one, get them. So it was a vehicle stage where you're in a plane, and you have to. Oh, it all opens up. Oh, okay. I'll explain after the loading screen. Okay, where do I want to go next? How about over there? Torture tour! Oh, I can open this now. Actually, I bet I can open the rest of the fuzz, so let's get the rest of the fuzz and maybe do some reading. And then I'll talk more about why I decided I'm probably not going to finish Crash 3. Or finish completing Crash 3. I thought that was the sound of an enemy recognizing me, and then I remembered, like, oh, that's right, they don't put enemies in the overworld. That would be kind of interesting, though. You know, you take this same formula, you know, with having to use eggs to unlock levels, but also you have, like, the starting place you enter a world from is your respawn point. Oh, wait. It doesn't lead over. Oh. Yeah, so you get a respawn point, and then they just put in some enemies, and if you get splatted, you just start back at the respawn. I mean, it's not like you can't die in the hub world already, so, you know, what are they afraid of to put enemies around here? Got it, 1 sec. Here's get up and how many times they fall, that's what counts. That's okay. Oh yeah, the kettles are just your respawn points anyway, so yeah, they do already have respawn points, basically. Anything under here? No? Okay. How about I jump up over here? Through the building! The last Sardinia! Yeah! Oop, not nah. Gimme! There. Also, you notice the upgrades are in the shape of a fish. Oh no, wait, it's a squid! I just realized. I was like, oh yeah, it's a fish, because see that. You know, cartoon fish. Here's the head, here's the tail. But now I see there's a background to it. Yeah, it's a squid. I wonder if that would be an octopus if I were an octo. Let me go over to options. Oh, it doesn't let me redo my character in here. Well, that's fine. I wasn't gonna. Okay, wait, no, not there. It would be. So I gotta go to start, I guess. It looks like I didn't go the wrong way around. Callie's got more eggs. I swear I got some power eggs for you, courtesy of the captain. They said you're welcome. It still kind of surprises me that they have, like, you don't get to change the appearance of the captain, but they're still like, oh, captain, you know, they said. What did you? Like, you know, if you ask me, the captain is clearly based on the Splatoon 1 female look. Oh, I can't just jump back to the very start. Okay, fine. Oh, wait, there's no thing to get over there anyway. So where's the... Oh, it's over there. Yeah, it's very clearly based on the Splatoon 1 look for females, so I don't know why they didn't just go with canon that the captain is, you know, the original Agent 3 was a she. Or at least do, like, a new look for them that's, like, not based on looks from Splatoon 1 or Splatoon 2 to, like, you know, if they didn't want to make a male or female specifically, they could have gone non-binary. And there's the last sunken scroll. See, I just think it's weird that they chose the default female hairstyle, but they didn't commit to being the default female. Okay, so where did I stop reading these? So I know we've read up to at least here, I think. Tuna and catch them if you can, I think so. The sharks, and then the eels, and then the mantas. 1 year after expanding his business into a new region, bombarding the Spylands with over 20,000 hours of rapid-fire weapons chatter, his steel scopes are aimed at a new horizon. What's next for the so-called Arsenal Ambassador? Oh yeah, this one was just a bunch of hashtags. I'm not reading that. Banner wardrobe. You're temporarily closed so that we may restock. Cash only. No photography or influencers allowed. Ever. Oops. Well, I guess I'm not in the store. We've run rather low on paper bills. We're always open. A fashion emergency is our fashion emergency. Do not touch it until you have paid for it. And of course, this is Mano Wardrobe, the shirt shop. I don't know why they call them clothing, because it's clearly shirts. It's clearly upper body clothes. You don't get to choose, you don't get to buy pants from there. They don't come with pants. As they grow, crustaceans such as the coconut crab frequently shed their shells to allow for further growth. Not really seeing shell. You know, not in the sense of them shedding it anyway. Because strong sunlight encourages this shedding behavior. This may explain why Splatlands crustaceans often grow to be far larger than their counterparts in other regions. Yo, Barry C here. Hotlantis' hottest only owner. Ha! I gotta split for a bit to stock up on stock. But it's all good. Harmony, yup, from Chirpy Chips, the band from Splatoon 1, is filling in. And she knows the shop way, way better than me. Is that A supposed to be part of the emoticon, or... I think it's supposed to be part of the emoticon. I guess they're supposed to be wiping their head or something. So business, it's gonna keep right on booming. Frying out here in Scorched Gorge. It's in more ways than one. Sweaty Shell biking trip. And I think it's weird that I can't point to it. I don't get my pointer here. That like light blue note at the top. It's just like a drawing of the photo. So like, is that breaking the fourth wall? And they gave us like the design documents for that sketch or something, or how that was supposed to look in game. Like, why would someone draw a sticky note of the photo of Krusty Sean? Letter of appointment. Employment, New Squidbeak HQ. First, Splatoon. Adjustments, promote to captain with emoluments of pay grade 33. Gray Cuttlefish. I think I already read that one, but I read it again. Thursday night, Friday morning at 1 a.m. It's the 100th episode of Marie After Midnight. And a special guest stopped by to help me celebrate. My cousin Callie. It's a Squid Sisters Gap Fest. We could not stop talking. Not kidding. We went over the scheduled end time by 5 hours. Oops. Yeah, isn't that just like a podcast? I'm pretty sure I already read that and I made that exact joke, which is how I remember that I read that, but anyway. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I read this one because this made that end scene where it's like, oh no, Camp Cuttlefish is dead! Yeah, I didn't buy it for a moment. So I'll skip over that one. After leaping from Inkopolis Square to the world stage, Off the Hook has found their new side project, performing vocals for a rising rock band as Damp Socks featuring Off the Hook. Discovered online, their super talented collaborators offer an upbeat melancholy sound that had OTH hooked. Yeah, you can't pause for the pun when you didn't say hook before. Like the implication is supposed to be that OTH, you know, that's off the hook as an acronym. But they just ran out of space, so they had to make it an acronym. But the implication is like, oh, off the hook is hooked, but it doesn't work. Operation Little Judgy Judgment. Praise behavior. Analyzing praise for equality. No imperfections found. Jeez, was this written by a frickin' Palico? I guess I'll just go after the toe beans. Yeah, I didn't take the time to look at this one. There is, in fact, drawing of toe beans. Judd and Little. I don't really get why they introduced Little Judd. Like, Little Judd was not needed. And you know, honestly, I don't even really like Big Judd. Subject name: Marigold. Nishio Oranda, alias Anarchy District 3 blanked out. Poison Rogue, alias Rooted, blanked out. 1906. Ranchi Yu, alias South Gill Province, Tailfin City, District. So I guess this is the person that they call staff. I think that's what they call. Here, let me hop over to Inkopolis. Or, geez, it hasn't been Inkopolis for how many games? There, menu, Splatsville. There we go. Yeah. Here's my current look, by the way. I got the pink boots from the catalog. Where they at? Yeah, this person. Oh, their name changes. Okay. So, yeah, this person. Oh, welcome, sir. You knew around here is fine. We just start somewhere. I'm the local recon guy. I send you anyway. And you like for a nice, safe stroll. It's a great way to get to know the place. Now, that's it. Have fun out there, alright? My plan forgot to tell you how to leave recon. It's just easy to just press. You don't need to tell me how to leave. It's going to be written on the screen. So, yeah, I guess it's cool that they let you choose the mode, too. So you can recon any stage you want. Which is a nice feature. Because before, it was you could only recon stages that were actively in rotation. So, like, let's say current stage rotation is these 6 stages. That means you couldn't recon these 6 stages. And also, some stages change depending on the mode. Like, I know some stages are actually bigger based on what mode. I forget which modes, though. Like, let's say, let's go into Scorch Gorge Rainmaker. This is not what I meant to show off. I just wanted to show the NPC. I don't know if that sunken scroll is supposed to be referring to that specific NPC and saying, oh, everyone who looks like this is literally just the same dude, just doing different occupations and different... Okay, cool. So it does also show you the objectives within the mode. So that's cool. You get to know where all the little barrier tweaks are, because some of those little inflatable barriers will be different. You get to know where the objectives are. So that's a really nice addition to, really nice tweak to Recon mode. So yeah, let me show you other places that NPC model shows up, because I think they're implying it's the same person. So there they are as the Recon guide. Stop getting stuck on a fence. And now they're over here as the... Oh, as staff for Table Turf Wars. And they're also over here, also named staff, working the, whatever you call this, where you get the boosts. So I don't know if they're saying that's supposed to be the same person, or if it's supposed to be like, a kind of racist note of like, oh, look, we noticed this person working. This person looks exactly like this person, so that must mean they're the same person. These are just aliases. But it actually is different people, and they just so happen to look and act the same or something. Also, this is the current Splatfest that's going on, if you're curious. The, Deserted Island one. I chose Team Gear. Also, I left off, like, last time with this question, and I could have answered it, and I didn't. So I should have, but I guess I was tired or something. The only change that happens to Salmon Run when you beat the game... I can't zoom in. The statue is different. Now it's a salmon with a bear in its mouth instead of a bear with a salmon in its mouth. I think that's pretty funny. Oh wait, I got a bubble. I gotta go back and pop the bubble. Wait, hang on. Have I done these yet? Oh, I guess the rotation shifted. During Splatfest, you can use a conch shell to play Shallot Machine once per day. You can also play with the cash usually just 5,000 for the first play and then 30,000 other. I guess I'll use cash. So I hope the conch shells are something you're gonna get to keep. Otherworldly tornado, yeah. So far, I've only gotten... That's the wrong thing. So far, I've only gotten titles from those that are not at all applicable to me. Like, I got... It's like realistic and overachieving or something. And then I got L3 nozzle nose user, which I don't even have a nozzle nose. And Rainmaker legend, which... No. No, I am not. So I guess I'll be... I don't know. I'll just stay realistic rookie, I guess. I don't want to just use Otherworldly Tornado exactly as I got it. But yeah, I hope those conch shells are things you get to keep after each Splatfest, like, you know, just another form of the seashells. There's just something you earned while doing Splatfest, and you get to keep them when the Splatfest is over. And then you just get to keep pulling from the machine without spending a buttload of money on it. Alright. Back to reading! So log 6 still is not fully complete, so I guess... Oh, man, it changed. Wait, it's got marks on them now, even though I didn't read them. The years passed with prosperity. The population of Alterna grew like a rising tide. The scientists, now the elders of their kind, believed they had done all they could to advance the civilization of Alterna. They began selecting new leaders to succeed them, entrusting to them the world they helped build. Humanity's new leaders inherited both the brilliance of their predecessors and their unquenchable thirst for innovation. This new generation, born and raised in deep Alterna, would prove to be every bit the match of those they were to succeed. They soon grew restless at the sight of the liquid crystal sky, believing they deserved to behold the reality that existed outside the cavern. Kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan. You know, there are people who have lived their entire lives within the walls. They don't know anything other than being inside the city walls. With elders who knew what awaited outside the safe haven of Alterna, issued stern warnings to the brash young scientists. Nevertheless, the young scientists pressed on with their plans, the construction of a massive rocket ship to escape Alterna. Even though that's the ceiling, and you can't just take a rocket through the ceiling, although I guess we did, so never mind. Sadly, as the boosters were ignited for the first time during a launch test, tragedy struck. Which, sadly, in reality, seems to be a pretty common thing. Rockets just, you know, misfiring their thrusters, not making it off the launch pad, or, you know, exploding. But that's the risk astronauts take, I suppose. The emergency from the rocket boosters, or energy from the rocket boosters, overloaded the cavern's liquid crystals. A violent and terrible chain reaction ensued. Without warning, the stone walls of the cavern began to shatter, raining debris down upon humanity. Why is debris written as debris? Alterna, the last civilization of once prosperous humanity, was no more. Man, everyone died? Dang, that's a sad way to go. And those few who escaped the carnage would soon follow into death. Wow. So that's quite tragic there. So, humans went to war. The civilization built bunkers to escape war. Inside that bunker, they made a fake sky. Everyone was happy living down there, except the next generation was like, no, we get to see the sky. If they tried to go see the sky, they killed everyone, including themselves and those inside the bunker. That's like talk about reaching too close to the sun, or flying too close to the sun. As the inner walls of Alterna collapsed, thousands of tons of rocks, of liquid, of crystals plunged into the waters below. As these crystals watched to and fro among the flotsam and jetsam. You know, I want to stop interrupting myself reading this, but I just had another train of thought. There was some show I was watching there was like one episode where the running gag was, is it flotsam or jetsam? And I cannot for the life of me remember what show I watched that had that joke. It's a bit bothering me for a while. As these crystals watched to and fro among the flotsam and jetsam of humanity's former colony, they broke into microscopic fragments, because they repeatedly absorbed and reflected humanity's wishes over so many years. The crystals retained those feelings. Little by little, the squids, octopuses, and assorted sea creatures... Sorry, assorted just gets me. That thrived in the waters of Alterna absorbed these crystals into their bodies. This process continued until, one day, the marine organisms began to feel something. Something fresh. These fresh impulses bore a striking resemblance to humanity's passive desire to return to Earth's surface. Spurred by these impulses, and whatever else may have been floating in the polluted waters, the sea creatures began to evolve rapidly. Each species developed pulmonary respiration, mobility, and other traits consistent with land-dwelling creatures. They began to adapt. Their intelligence grew at a remarkable pace across generations. Some species even gained extraordinary camouflage abilities. You know, I think it's funny that their intelligence grew at a remarkable pace. And obviously this is talking about Inklings and Octolings. But I think it's canon that at least this generation, like every generation of Inklings you play as in every game, is insanely one-track mind with, I gotta do battles, I gotta wear the freshest clothes, and that's about it. Like, that's all they care about, is like battles, clothes, and music. So it's like, yeah, intelligent, with staying as fresh as possible and chasing trends. Yeah, symbol of intelligence. The point of no return arrived, and the sea creatures of Alterna set foot on dry land and never looked back. Like humans, they strove for the surface. Of course, survival on land was harsh, but the creatures were persistent. Soon, they found the tunnels that humans had used to escape the apocalypse. With their path forward now clear, these fresh fledgling beings. These fledgling beings left the ruins of Alterna behind and set their sights on the surface world, surface streets or freeway. And we'll have to read the last one later when we do enough levels. I went the wrong way around! So yeah, time to finally get back on track with that train of thought I was on, and with the level I said I was going to do, Torture Tour. Hey, Therian. Going good today? Yeah, this is going pretty, definitely better than last time. In this mission, you'll be greeted by various and sundry types of enemies. Various and sundry types of enemies. That what odd phrasing. Prepare accordingly. Well, I guess I just got fully upgraded, so might as well use my hero gear. No entrance fee. So yeah, as I was saying before, and I'll just start the train of thought over. I've been trying to complete Crash 3, and I think I'm finally just gonna give up on it for a while until the desire strikes me strong enough again to try to do it, because it's the vehicle stages I find are just the most tedious thing to try to complete in all of the Crash trilogy. Like, you can say what you want about Cold Hard Crash, at least that stage was in my control. You know, broken ice physics aside. Let's see how much damage new Small Fry does. Oh, that is worth it, wow. That was like nothing. And by nothing, I mean it took nothing to kill that guy. It's like one-hit kill. Man, he's one punch fish now. So, as I've said before, I found out these guys with their sloshers. I'm gonna stay here until my clothes come back. Like, as I've said before, I had a lot of trouble doing, what was it called again? Orange asphalt. And now I've gotten all the relics, you know, not all the relics. I guess that implies I got the platinum relics, which is not true at all. Where do I take the key? Oh yeah, that's right, okay. I got enough relic, I got basic relics to be able to get all the extra levels open. And I realized, oh yeah, there's one more bike level to do. Area 51, question mark? And it's like, no. I don't want to try to complete another freaking Crash bike stage. And I was trying to do the last jet ski stage, Hot Cocoa. And it has 100 boxes, and I missed 2 somewhere. And all I could figure out from trying to read guides is they're underwater somewhere. So somewhere in the level, there's a ramp you go off, and you have to hold forward on the control stick to make the jet ski go down, to tilt downward, and dive under the water. And I went around the whole level, could not see anywhere, like, I could not see any submerged boxes. I have no idea where they are. And I watched video guides, and it was not clear. I watched a video guide for Insane Trilogy, where, the render, it's higher res and stuff. It's a newer, it's the remake where it's all high res and stuff. So there's no problems with render distance. Everything is very clear and visible. Still could not see any point where they went underwater. And it's just like, no, I don't want to do the stage with 100 dang boxes again. So I'll just do another level, and then I went into Area 51 question mark, and it's like, no, I don't want to. Like, it was bad enough trying to do Orange Asphalt, but now it's presumably harder to complete level with possibly more boxes. I didn't actually see the box count. And it's got reduced visibility because it's supposed to be at night, and the only things you can see are in your headlight. It's like, no, I don't want to do this. And that's the stage I was talking about earlier, where I got my train of thought completely interrupted. Was, and in my opinion, this was way worse than Cold Heart Crash. Was Mad Bombers, a stage where you're in a plane, and you have to fly around shooting down bigger biplanes. You gotta shoot their engines. $1,400. I swear I got more eggs from previous levels, but whatever, the eggs don't really matter anymore. Let's just jump on over to... apparently we're going curling. The enemy ink is lava. Reach the goal without touching enemy ink at all. Ooh, scary. And all we get is a curling bomb. Cool. Okay, I guess it's not 10... And limited ink? You gotta be kidding me. And limited time? This is the worst. No, okay, it's got a refill. Yeah, it's not 10 eggs per live, apparently. So yeah, Mad Bombers. But I don't have enough to do a curling bomb. This is gonna be terrible. Oh, man. So yeah, you go around in a plane, you shoot down other planes. And it was just awful because... So to get a time trial relic, you gotta... Oh, you gotta preview here, okay. You gotta finish the stage within a given amount of time. And this stage was like 2 minutes. Which you might hear that and go, oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, but well, there's also nothing you can do to speed yourself up. Careful, if you hold R and charge a curling bomb, it'll get bigger, but it won't travel as far. Why are you telling me that now? It's too bad you can't just throw out a few more, huh? Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice, game designers? Why is there that pocket there? Huh. I touched ink, but apparently that counted. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to make yourself go faster. And you don't get an aiming reticle as well, also. That's another problem with that stage. So it is hard to even aim and shoot down the dang planes. The planes in question are like flying off and they're, you know, doing their own thing. And there's no way to tell like if they even have a flight path or what that flight path is. And there's no landmarks, so you can be like, okay, I'll get the one over by the mountain first, and then I'll go do the one, you know, whatever. And there's... The thing that really killed me was there's no way to speed up, so it was just excruciatingly slow. Crap. Don't think I can make this, but I'm gonna do it! Ah, mission failure, touching me. Okay. I forgot I was aiming for the wall, so I forgot to aim it to try to hit the wall. That should be close enough. Excuse me. So yeah, it very much felt like my speed in that stage was not up to me. Which is why I say it was worse than Cold Hard Crash. Because in Cold Hard Crash, you know, with the exception of the broken ice physics, like once you realize the ice physics are terribly broken, you know, you can compensate for that. You can do what you can to not let the ice ruin your run. It's still hard, but it's in your control. But doing a time trial where things are random and you can't, like, speed yourself up at all, there's really no way you can cut corners. Oh. I didn't realize there was a thing in there! I should start using these more and paying attention with them more. Wait, could I have stood on the thing? I wonder? Well, it's too late now. But thankfully, I can restart from checkpoint. Unlike those aren't birds! So yeah, I'm just right back here. Nice. So for as annoying as this may be, I can start from checkpoints, so that's nice. Unlike freaking Mad Bombers, where you have to start at the 0 planes every time, 0 of 5. And it was awful trying to figure out, like, how can I do this faster? Because there's, like, no semblance of, like, which direction should I go in to try to be the fastest? Because you can't tell the directions apart. And the first time I did it, the weird thing is the first time I did it, there was, like, a little cutscene that, played as Crash was leaving the level. And that took, like... So, okay, I destroyed the first 5 planes in, like, 2 minutes. And 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And then there was another 10 seconds of, like, Crash just leaving the level. So now I'm like, oh, man, of course, so great. Now, not only do I have to destroy all the planes, you know, moving at an excruciatingly slow pace and aiming with no reticle in under 2 minutes, I gotta do it in 1 minute and 10 seconds to have 10 seconds left for the stupid cutscene to play. Well, the other times I actually finished that stage, it didn't have that cutscene, so that was weird. Or at least it's the timer stopped going. So I have no idea what was up with that. Oh. Take that. I got jumping skills. Stupid squeegee or whatever you are. Not squeegee, those are the cleaners. See, now those I know I can stand on. Can we move those using dinghies somehow? I think I read that super wrong. Or whatever. So let's... Oh, right, I forgot you can't hold it. Ugh. So yeah, I'm just... They say Crash 3 is the easiest one to complete, and I'm just like, no. No, that is not true. The vehicle stages are a huge pain in the butt. Even if you don't want to do platinum relics. Even just doing the box gems is a huge pain in the butt. And I don't like it. And I would be more okay with it if the plane, like, instead of that plane stage, they had just done another regular crash stage. And if the bike stages were also just regular crash stages. Like, that's my biggest complaint with Crash 3, is that there's not enough regular crash stages. There are too many vehicle stages. Or stages where you're playing as Coco and you're riding the tiger. Although there's only 2 of those that I know of, so I can't say there's too many riding the tiger stages. Those were another thing that was a pain in the butt to complete. You know, in terms of boxes, because that's another type of stage where you don't get a reverse option. If you miss a box, it's gone. Well, that was a funky jump that did there. Like the second one of those stages, like Midnight Run, I think it was called. I so consistently missed boxes in the beginning of it. Hey, there's the end. I was so consistently missing boxes in the very beginning of that, like before the first checkpoint, that, you know, I would kill myself so I could get another shot at the boxes. I died so many times that now whenever I start the stage, I start with a Pidyaku. So that's how many times I've missed the boxes. And I don't even really know what was to blame there. Like, I don't know if it's myself for not being, you know, accurate enough with my movement. But, like, there was this setup of, like, two by two boxes. So, you know, making, like, a square. Aw, man, I'll get back here. Ah. Maybe I didn't realize they probably put those eggs there because that's the hard way. I should stop going for those. Because I should be able to just as easily, if not more easily, go this way. Except that doesn't get me all the way closer to the thing. Whoop. So I guess they really do just expect a good jump there. Not really sure what they expect here, though. Oh, well, probably this. Duh. Just go straight, dingus. And then that splotch they put there is not too much of a pain to jump over. Alright, now I want to bank off the wall so I at least get enough going. So I don't want to make go like a straight path, because that's just gonna get washed away. I should have gone with the straight path. Yeah, I can't touch those. Can't touch those. Okay. Almost there. You got this. Oh, dude. That's a little crooked. It's funny, doesn't the objective say... Yeah, it says don't touch the ink at all, but actually... I can touch it a little bit. Like, you saw there was the little effect of stepping in the ink, a little purple splash. Ah. Oh, okay. Let me come in at this from more of a sharp angle. Well, wait for the squeegee to go by! You squeegee! It's fine. Just another 50 eggs. Ink. Oh. I don't think it... No! No! Wait, is that... No, I forgot to jump. I forgot to... Like, over my path. Whoa. There, nice and clean. Excuse me. Ooh. Ooh, that's the one. Don't mess it up. It's close. 37 eggs! I spent how many eggs trying to... Like what, 200 eggs? 250, 300 in attempts? You gotta be kidding me. I mean, you know, I still got more eggs back than I spent getting in, but it's not the point. Guess I'll continue around this way. Because that's kind of the direction I went around when I was unlocking stuff. Reach the goal using a roller. So my options are splat roller with a curling ball, and a carbon roller with a burst ball. I like the sound of a carbon roller. But yeah, speaking of exploring the map, like running around getting all the collectibles really made me appreciate the open world, or not quite open world, but you know, the overworld, that's the word I wanted. The overworld level structure. Because I feel like it is set up in a way where it is kind of linear, but eventually you do get enough eggs to where you're not heading in the exact same direction every time. Like, I could really see everyone's, like, no two playthroughs being exactly the same. At least, you know, not completely. To a reasonable degree, you know. Like, about as much as, like, like, it's not as open as, like, Skyrim, obviously. But it is open enough where it's not just, like... It's not the same as, like, previous Splatoon games where you always had to beat a world before moving on. Like, this, you do need eggs to keep progressing, so you do have to keep playing levels. But, you know, as you saw with my playthrough, it's easy to just go like, okay, well, I'm at, you know, I have enough eggs to push my way into World 5, and then I'm gonna try to make a beeline for the boss. And even then, you don't, like, I could have skipped the boss of, like, what, Site 3? Like, I didn't have to fight Shiver when I fought her. Hello. But, you know, it gave me a lot of eggs, so it was beneficial, but... And then, of course, when you're exploring the areas, like, I don't feel like past Splatoon overworlds have been quite as open as these ones, you know. Even disregarding the egg thing, like, once you get all the little fuzzballs gone, once you get all the fuzz cleared out of an area, it's still designed in a way where it's not quite as linear as they've been in the past, I think. Look at me not using my splat bomb. That was close. I wasn't expecting to be one hiding there. He was hiding? I didn't even realize. Watch your footing here, I didn't think. Yeah, what I mean specifically is, like, the overworld, like, how you get around it, like, the terrain and stuff, I feel like it's positioned in a way where you're not led in any particular direction. You know, once you get past obvious bottlenecks, like, you know, getting off of the start. You know, getting off of that little platform that, you know, the little platform you stand on when you first come out of the pipe. That spot. You can hit over your shield. Sweet, always nice to pick up power eggs for you. Can't have too many power eggs. Or whatever it was you kept saying every time I picked up eggs. Excuse me. So yeah, I definitely feel like what they did with the overworld was a good idea. And like I said before, I think choosing to model the mission structure after Octo expansion was also a good idea. Like, I feel like this is just like Octo expansion, but as the main single player and also a little sharper. Because Octo expansion, well, okay, I think Octo expansion was probably designed in a way that was a little less linear. You know, despite the fact that you were going down subway tunnels. There were so many branches in the subway tunnels that's a game where I feel like it is very hard for people's playthroughs to be exactly the same. So this wasn't quite as open as that, but that, you know, it was a mission map. So it wasn't quite as, like, you know, you're not getting that sense of exploration, so I'm sure... I didn't go around to the... I skipped the kettle I jumped to. What am I doing? Clear the mission using inkjet. Inkvac is the vacuum, of course. So yeah, like, it's... Octo expansion is definitely less linear, but this was more... You know, you get the overworld, so you get that sense of exploration, and because it's still not quite as linear as in the past, maybe not as non-linear as Octo expansion, but still not as linear as older games, I think it strikes the right balance. Remember, you can press B to get a little lift. You can swim with Z, you won't lose your inkjet. Okay, you're gonna have to figure out a way to do the Agent 3. Agent 1, Agent 3 basically just has to... I keep trying to read it when it goes by too fast! And it's also hard to focus. I knew you could do it. I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just ink pack. Ink pack. Inkjet, whatever. It's a printer pun! Oh wait, I can unroll that with my stream. Yeah, this reminds me of something I was saying before about, like, oh, jetpacks are a thing that's, you know, a sci-fi technology that actually exists that's just impractical. Well, you know what's not impractical? The water jetpacks, which are basically just like this, but instead of ink, it's water, and it's like it's got a tube in the, like, you might have seen them before, where it's like a thing that's like a lakefront thing, or at a beach. It's like a thing you can rent. I'm trying to think of a succinct way to say at waterfront, but I guess that's it. You know, the water-based locations, you have these... It's maybe more of a beach thing, you know, like a resort kind of thing, wherever rentals would be had. But yeah, it's just like the Inkvac, but it's water, and there's like a tube that goes into the body of water, as, you know, to keep pumping the water out of the jets, so you can lift off. Oh, that's a lot of sniper lasers. I can't say I approve. And I think those are definitely... I think people have said those are safer and more practical. You know, it's water, so it's not exactly using fuel or fire or that which I desire. So they are like the superior version of jetpacks, whether people who want actual jetpacks agree or not. Which, you know, it's basically Super Mario Sunshine, and that's awesome. Although we still don't have a turbo nozzle. But I guess that would just be a jet ski. Don't tease the Don't tease with the keys. Find keys and unlock a path to reach the goal. I just realized that's about to be 9 o'clock, but I'll continue with... I'll do this one, and then I'll, Oh, look, I get an ink mine. Isn't that weird? In this mission, you will reclaim keys from enemies' forces to unlock and reach the goal. Let's use the bubble blobber. The blobble blobble blobber. Whoa, boxes. Oh, it's those guys that I think Chugga said he hates and would not. He had hoped that they would not return. There, that's how that sentence should be structured. Because he found them annoying. But, sorry, Chugga, they came back. Yeah, I remember that train of thought I wanted to get on before when I mentioned how, like, Chugga Conroy was hard on the YouTuber. Like, you know, I definitely acknowledge the fact that Chugga Conroy, at the end of the day, he's human. You know, he's not always right about things. So I bet there could be something he's missing about the YouTuber. But then again, I'm pretty sure he has said that with his weapon guides, he, like, asks professional, you know, like pro-level Splatoon players what their thoughts on weapons are. You know, if anyone mains them or anything. And I think he might have even said in his weapon guide that he asks people who main the YouTuber, and they're just like, yeah, it kind of sucks. So, there is that. But, again, I do want to say, I don't think Chugga Conroy is always right. Just because he does a lot of research doesn't mean he's necessarily always correct. Like, I think one thing he can tend to be wrong about is, like, the difficulty of an RPG. Because he's an RPG guy. I think it's, you know, he's got that mind for, you know, he's developed that kind of strategic mindset to be good at RPGs. You know, he does all the side missions and side quests. And he, you know, even if the side quests can be grindy, sometimes he finishes those before moving on. Stuff like that, you know. Like, you know, the like stuff he does in the Let's Play, like telling you that whatever it was, that one skill in Xenoblade 2 was like, yeah, you should be having that because Affinity is like the best thing, like Hunter's Affinity or something like that, because that's the best thing. You want to be doing that. And it's like, yeah, not everyone who plays the game is going to figure that out. So I think in some regards he can be wrong about the difficulty of an RPG, because I would say like okay, maybe that's not necessarily correct. I was gonna say that the difficulty of a game is kind of more based on like the average player's experience, not necessarily the pro's experience. I mean, not that professional, like, you know, people who are really good at the game don't also get a say at what is hard. But I think the people who are really good at the game have to also remember that not everyone is as good as them at games. So maybe what they think is easy is not necessarily easy. Like, one of the main things I think of where I'm like, Chugga Conroy is probably not correct about this, is he said in his Xenoblade Let's Play, like, Charlotte doesn't really have a purpose as being a dedicated healer because you don't need healing. No? I mean, maybe if you're super hyper good at the game, and you're good at, like, metagaming everything, and you're good at maxing out all the affinities and equipping everyone with the best things and utilizing the best skills and the best strategies, sure, you would be able to defeat most bosses without a dedicated healer. You know, get past most of the difficult parts without needing that dedicated healer. But someone like me, who's not good at maxing out all the stats and getting them the best equipment and using the best strategy, using the best skills for every character, or best arts, I should say, you know, equipping them with the best arts, I need a dedicated healer. I really appreciate that Charlotte exists in that game, and I use her a lot, especially in the chapter she's introduced in. Excuse me. And not just because, for that point, she's the only... Sorry, still hiccuping. Not just because at that point she's the only dedicated... or the only third-party member. And I appreciate that she's a dedicated healer to keep me alive during harder bits. You know, the harder portions of the... Like... I mean, I guess I say that like she helps you win at every hard part. she doesn't. There is a part I'm stuck at where it's like, oh, you know, if you're not this level when you get there, then yeah, it's gonna be really hard. There is like a notorious, like, near the end of the game boss that does wall people often, which Charla unfortunately does not help me get past. But I'm sure once I am the appropriate level, having Charla with her dedicated healer is gonna be a huge boon to me, because I'm gonna need that dedicated healer. I'm sure I will. And you know, you could also look at it as, Charla is like your easy mode. You know, if you you know, if you're as good at RPGs as Chugga Conroy is, you don't need Charla, sure. But for people who want to have a more relaxed time, want to be... Sorry, I took my hands off the controller because I'm gesturing now. It was also loading. Because, you know, if you want to have a more easier, more relaxed time with a boss, you know, want to more surely guarantee that you'll beat them, and you know, stay alive while doing it, it's great to have a dedicated healer. And I don't remember what he said about Charlotte's, like, her arts, like the non-healing arts. I don't know if he said those are particularly good or particularly bad, if she has any that are worthwhile, or if they're all just meh, but I think Charlotte's a fun character to play as, and I like her gun concept. I shouldn't be talking about this while I'm, like, not doing anything, because I'm supposed to be going on break now, but that's another thing I think he's not necessarily correct about, is if you're on top of managing her heat, it's not a bad mechanic. And I think it does have its own, like, upside to cooling down. Like, if you cool down early, like, or whenever her rifle goes on cooldown, you get, like, healing or something. Like, she regenerates health, or I think there's something you get, some kind of boost you get whenever you use the cooldown. So yeah, I think he doesn't quite get Charla's purpose. So that's a good... I think that's a good example of, you know, he's only human. He's not gonna fully understand everything on his own. And I think there will be some times where he's not necessarily correct about something. Anyway, that's a rant that didn't really need to happen. Break time. Wow, I finished at a good time. Finished when the music was going. Or finished. So I just wanted to clarify this because, make sure I had my information straight here. So Charla's talent art in Xenoblade 1 is called Cool Off. So what it does is as she attacks, or as she uses arts, it fills up, and when it reaches maximum, she has to cool off, and she loses the ability to attack or move, but it regenerates 3% of her max HP every second. So I was right about it healing, but apparently there's also another effect that I don't remember being there, and I don't remember if Chugga Conroy mentioned this either. He probably did, because, he's the Xenoblade guy. He knows, literally everything about all the games. So I'm sure he knew this, but as the talent gauge fills up, as she generates heat, her arts do more damage, which I think is pretty cool. No pun intended. It is so easy to accidentally do that pun. Dang it! Anyway. And so I remember Chugga Conroy saying, well, not necessarily exact words, but he doesn't like it because it's like, oh, it takes her out of the battle. It's a hindrance rather than something that helps her. But I think something he might be missing, and again, I haven't seen a Let's Play since it was new, so I could be wrong about this, but I think something he's missing is that it cools down faster if you activate the action skill, or the talent art, rather than letting it fill all the way up and cool automatically. Now, sure, as I said, her arts do more damage the more heat you have, so you would want, if you're playing trying to optimize play, you would want the gauge to fill up and use her arts at the most heat you can, and you probably have the habit of accidentally letting it fill back up. But if you want to make that argument of optimal play, well, the optimal way to play is to figure out how much heat each art does, which I don't think they have a set, I don't think it's like, oh, one art does 10% heat. I think it varies depending on the art. So if you want to go the argument of playing optimally, the optimal way to do it is to know exactly how much heat each art generates, and then only generate 90% heat, and always release before the top, because the way it works is it drains at 50% if you let it get all the way up, but if you drain before 100%, it drains at 35% per second. So it's basically what's 100 divided by 15? Hang on, I'll pull up a calculator. I'm seriously going to continue this rant. I'll also scratch my nose. Open the calc. So 100 divided by 15 is 6. So basically 6 or 7 seconds if you let it fill all the way up. But basically 2 to 3 seconds if you do it automatically. So again, I propose that the optimal way to play does not involve letting it fill all the way up, but rather you build up as much heat as you can and try to be good at managing the heat to get close enough to where you're dealing extra damage with your arts, but always, or I guess I should phrase it, never so much that you're filling it up all the way and having to automatically cool down. So yeah, that's, again, I think Chugga Conroy's not necessarily always correct about things. I think it is definitely possible for him to misunderstand something and not fully grasp it. Wow. Enter the Stamp Gauntlet. Smash all enemies within the time limit. So I can go Stamp or nothing? Please make use of complimentary canned specials as provided within the stage. Well, Stamper sounds like the fun way to go, so I'm going to go Stamper. Though I'm sure canned specials would have a lot more variety. You ready to get stamped? I guess this is just the practice run. But yeah, all that said, the entire rant of me basically reading Charla's wiki page, Cool Off's wiki page. I actually did have that open while I was reading, or while I was talking. you know, all that said, I don't have anything against Chugga Conrad, of course. Like, I wish I could be as informative as he is. Like, he is extremely dedicated to being informative, and I find that really respectable. I could never get on his level of researchedness, because I'm just bad at explaining things. Like, even when I know the information I want to say, when I go to say it, my brain always gets scattered, and I don't get things out quite right, and I don't explain. Like, I can leave things out, or just not fully explain something, or explain it wrong, or explain it in a way that's just confusing. Wait, is there a little line? Oh, I thought there was a little line there telling me which direction to go with this. Where was the last one? He was up? Okay. Oh, there is a line. Okay. Then I'll just follow the line. I'm trying to think of more to say. It's like, yeah, I have nothing against Chugga Conrad. I'm not mad at him for not liking Charlotte. He's definitely entitled to his opinion. Like, obviously. When have I ever said people are not entitled to their opinions? Like, I don't think that was in question. But, you know, just further emphasize. Just make it abundantly clear. Yeah, it's okay to not like Charlotte. It's okay to not think Xenoblade needs a dedicated healer. And I will keep stamping these balls. One remaining. Yeah! How much time did I have left there? Man, I got another ping on Discord. I cleared that out before, and I got another. It's creepy. What'd she say? What's on Splatnet today? Let's check later. Gotta jump over to the next kettle. That's not the next one. I want to do this one first. Doing outside, then inside. So there's like 4 left. And I've been told that there is one more kettle that you do once all of the other kettles have been cleared. How's the archive looking, by the way? Is that all cleared up? No. Alright. Well, at least I should be able to read it before the doing that final kettle. You know, the kettle that unlocks once you've done all the other kettles. Like I was just saying. Alright, what are we doing? Splash dramatic. In this mission, you will test your resourcefulness. You must use a limited amount of ink to reach the goal. Oh, it's this again. Was never a fan of these. If you didn't know, in Splatoon 1, these were... Well, shoot. These were missions that you could only access from Amiibo. You would use the green squid Amiibo. Or green... I forget if Inkling is the term for them in human form or them in squid form, or if it's just both. But yeah, the green guy who was in squid form, that Amiibo, would give you bonus stages. And some of those stages were limited ink stages. I do need to kill this guy to move on, right? Wait, was it? Am I just able to move on? Do I not need to kill? I think I saw it like a tunnel. Marie said no refills, so I assume that means there will not at all be any refills at any point. I mean, she wouldn't have any way of knowing that, but I assume, you know, from a game design perspective, they would tell you, oh yeah, no refills. And it would be correct. Oh yeah, here, this was the hallway I noticed near the end. Ow. If I don't have to fight, I won't. Splatoon pacifist run! Well, isn't that just how... I know there are other games you can do pacifist runs in, probably. I have heard of doing one in Skyrim. But yeah, I always think of Undertale for pacifist runs. And yeah, that's about accurate for how pacifist runs go in that game. Just dying. I mean, that's kind of just Undertale in general. It is kind of a hard game. Because, you know, the genocide route is also, you know, iconic moments are well known for being extremely difficult. Sprinkler. Okay. Thank goodness those don't have the effectiveness they seem to always have online, where it's like I'm clearly out of their range, but they still splat me anyway. Well, never mind. So I guess it would be worth using some ink to take out that octocopter? I cannot remember what those guys are called. It's something with copter in it, I think. Octobomber, maybe that was it. That would make more sense than octocopter. Ow. I will just use this ink to refill my health. And there, I have refilled my health. I like seeing more games with unique health mechanics. I mean, Splatoon doesn't necessarily have a unique health mechanic, just a unique way of refilling it by diving into your ink. But I'm also thinking back to, like, how it's confirmed canon that in Uncharted, you don't actually take damage when, you know, you lose health. That the canon is... the canon is that Nathan Drake is lucky, and so every time you lose HP, he actually, you know, it's just a bullet missing, and the effect of you running out of health is actually his luck running out, and that's why when you run out of HP, the next shot kills you. It's because he just stopped getting lucky, and he actually got shot and died. It's both funny and interesting, and a little grim if you think about it, but not really that grim. Because, you know, it's no more grim than the concept of dying normally is, really. Getting shot and killed. Only quarter tank left. A quart, you could perhaps call it. How come we're not there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, their guns suck, so I'm safe here. But not here. How cool this half spraying thing is blue ink. Totally got this Ancient 3. Soon enough, sure. This is what, attempt 5? I don't think this actually makes my clothes come back faster, but I know it does refill your health faster, so I assume it helps at least a little bit. I was just about to say, I can't get splatted by a sprinkler, can I? No, I have very much actually been splatted by a sprinkler before in multiplayer, and it was kind of frustrating, because, again, going off of Chugga Conroy's weapon guides, it's like, yeah, sprinklers are just okay. They're not really, you know, they're more of a distraction. They're not really going to do massive damage to anyone, probably not going to get you a splat. And then I get splatted by one. I get splatted by the thing that's like, yeah, it's just a distraction. You're probably not going to splat anyone with it. It's like, oh man. Knowing that, I am embarrassed. Am I there yet? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? I don't even know if I have enough ink left to pop the thing. To open the whatchamacallit. Would you get off my back? No! That was fine. They didn't get me on the way up, so they shouldn't get me on this way up part 2. Up again. As long as I jump their ink. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Ow. Wait, how do I... What? Oh, I'm supposed to be above them. Oh. Ow. Well, good enough. I've definitely used up too much ink. More than I should have. Look at my flappy hair. It's flopping around so much. Ow. Ah, you missed. Just like me when I'm trying to be a sniper. I over-predict or under-predict where they're gonna be. Come on, Armor, come back. Armor, come back. There we go. I came back, so I'm not gonna sing the rest, because I don't have to sing the rest to get it to come back anymore. Ow. Okay. I'm up here now. I just gotta get to the end. There's my armor back. That's nice. Look at the pace. We'll be out of here in no time. What do you mean, we? You're not in here. I'm all like, that was pretty good. Something... Yeah, there we go. Let's hope that was the last of the limited ink stages. Honestly, I feel like the past... I feel like past games have had more creative conserve your ink stages. And then that one was just kind of like, yeah, it's just another conserve your ink stage. Let's do this one. Oh, I saw the stringer! Time your movements carefully to reach the goal. In this mission, you will navigate on steady footing to reach the goal. And their suggestion is the sloshing machine. Weird. I'm gonna go try stringer because I like that stringer. I see the goal up there, but the path is blocked. Well, knowing that there's... I already feel like I've picked the right weapon, honestly. I mean, I've jinxed myself before on weapon selection, but... I feel like this type of stage is probably going to benefit from having range. And the ability to shoot over walls with a stringer should also help. Okay, so down there now. Oop. I also got small fry if I need them. Wait, can I eat that? No? Alright. Come right on up to here. I forgot that the tri-stringer can do that. And you jump and get a vertical shot. Uh-oh! No! I wasn't watching my footing. I also wasn't watching my pudding. It's in the fridge. And someone else is gonna eat. I just know it! I'm just kidding. There is no pudding. I'm just being stupid. What? Oh, come on. Okay, let me watch my feet this time and not walk off the ledge. That's those guys dealt with again, but from a different angle this time. Eat that platform before it rises up so I can zip on over. And I would jump this time to get the... I don't know if it actually did the horizontal shot. Okay, let me kill off the enemies first so we don't walk off the ledge again. Okay, I'll just... No. Come back, I'm gonna throw my friend at you. There. I'm not supposed to go on the angle. Alright. Let's try that again. Probably still not close enough. There. Get him, buddy. He couldn't. Fine, and I'll just blow you up by shooting at your feet. Or just keep shooting at your shield, that's fine. I'll do it like Callie said she does. Or maybe I'll just ignore you entirely, because you're probably not in the way. Probably don't need to kill you to move on. Where do I need to go to move on? Oh, here? Yeah, there we go. Make a path so I can sync up. Come on. There. Oh, I did need to kill him. My other climber will just look out for watch out for Octanians. Look out for watch out. Get out of here. I said get out of here. Whoop. Ooh, we almost slipped down. Whoa, okay. It's got a little sticky there with the... Literally sticky with the purple ink, but that's fine. I survived. And then the purple ink is gone. Okay, up there. There. Mission complete. That was fun. What do you mean that was fun? You weren't in here! Okay. 2 more left, and then the final kettle. Wait, was that the arrow spray? Oh, yes, the arrow spray, another favorite of mine. In this mission, you must reach the goal within a time limit. We're gonna run fast. We're gonna turf fast. And we got a burst bomb. It's 2 favorites in 1. I was gonna say I don't think there was an arrow spray that had a burst bomb, but no, actually I do believe there was. I forget why I never really used it much though. At least the one in Splatoon 2. Do the boxes. Checkpoint, 25 plus 25 seconds. Jump. Squig around. Is it worth it to charge? Squid surge? Yes. I mean, I was told to do it, so I guess it was gonna be, naturally. Okay, I'm over here now. And follow the eggs. Another checkpoint, that's nice. Rollers. Oh, don't get left behind. Ah, I'm getting left behind. Come back. It's fine. Sip. Get them off. Keep going. Keep it up. Go, go, go. Ah, they split off. There were eggs. I don't care. I don't need eggs. Although, I do appreciate that it doesn't go as... what's going on here? It's Super Monkey Ball. That's what's going on. I appreciate that you don't get as wildly, you know, set in how many egg, you know, so set in eggs that you just never have to worry about them after, like, halfway through the game. Which was kind of a problem in Octo Expansion. You just got so many tickets that at a certain point, there was, you know, it wasn't hard to just be so set in tickets that it didn't matter how many times you had to retry a stage. There we go, that was easy enough. And now we can stop leaping through walls and leap to the ceiling! I mean roof! Octarian Heights. Climb the enemy-filled tower to reach the goal. Guess this is my last opportunity to use the hero shot, so I will use the hero shot. Or, sorry, the hero gear. And we will take advantage of all the upgrades we have. Although the Flingza Roller is kind of tempting. Excuse me. Stop burping again. Stop burping. Get him, buddy. Oh, we did get him. Wow. Going down. What are you doing out there? You're outside the window. You can't get me through the glass. You idiot. Okay, the window is not open. Door's open. Looks like we have a surprise waiting for us. Well, it's not much of a surprise then, is it? Goal's up above you. You just have to climb this nightmare tower of death somehow. Come on, it's not that bad. There's not that many enemies. It's not like we're fighting biplanes within 2 minutes or anything. I throw my friend up there and have him beat up the enemy for me. What are you doing? Okay, fine. Distraction dance, apparently. That's what he was doing. So I can get up here. But what does that get me? I saw something shiny over here, but it's not. Okay, got him now. Got him this time. I guess I have to defeat all the enemies before the path shows up. And randomly, I just got a flashback to, like, one time I ate at Taco Bell as a kid in, like, a mall. You know, like a mall food court. Nothing really weird about it. It's just like, yeah, just a random memory that popped up. Why now? What's making me think of mall food court Taco Bell? Like this one time. Like the only time I remember Taco Bell ever having like kids meals that came with toys. And one of the toys, the toy that I'm remembering getting was like a, I think it was a Metabots thing. And I never really got into Metabots, so it didn't end up meaning much, and I don't know that I even still have it. I think Metabots might be something I would be interested in, because I think it is like kind of a custom Robo adjacent thing. Triple Ink Strike, oh, never mind. Yeah, I like custom Robo type concept games. Oh snap, I guess it's time for the final kettle. Wherever that may be. Hey, do you have a favorite Squid Scissors track? I don't remember what they sounded like, sorry. Do I have to refight the bosses or something? Or... Did I miss a kettle? I missed this one. Where? Here. Hang on. Let me move out of the way so I can see it on the map. Oh yeah, I guess I did just think it was part of the background. Alright, one more kettle, and it should be a fast one because it says reach the goal quickly. In this mission, you must reach the goal to the top. Reach the goal up to whatever I'm going to roller. Gotta roll fast. Reach the goal quickly. Huh? The floor's sinking. Wait, why is the floor sinking? It's like Fall Guys, that one stage. Ah, it's sinking. Oh no, I lost. Oh wait, I had on. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing rolling was not the fast way to do that. So I could have done better already. So that's something to do next time. When if and when I fail this, I'm sure I will fail this because I don't feel like I'm going fast. I feel like I'm losing ground. Oh, jeez. Grab the armor. Save me from having to slow down when I get attacked by enemies that I'm not taking the time to stop and fight. Because I gotta go fast. Get out of the way! Oh, I have burst bombs. I should be using those. I can see the top. Ah, they got me with a false tile falling out. Retry from checkpoint, sure. Okay, I guess you are always supposed to be a little bit behind. It's always supposed to be a bump between you and the next spot. Grab that other thing to armor. Don't forget burst bombs. Stopping your right foot, don't forget it! Oh man, those are nice and bursty. Bursty. Cover a nice amount of terrain. Grab the armor. Whoa! Didn't mean to do a jump there. The fancy one, the new mechanic one. That I think even the pros don't really know how to utilize yet. Not that they don't know how to do it, but they don't know its purpose. And I'm looking forward to people figuring out what that purpose is. Because it definitely seems like it could be useful. Probably has its uses. I just can't, can't think of, like, what situation you would use temporary iframes in other than a retreat, I guess. Oh no. Whoop. Okay, there. Made it. Made it. Made it. Okay, now it's time for the secret kettle. A secret kettle appears. See where it takes you. Where is it? Is it Site 1 like I had assumed? No? How do I get to the kettle? Well, I guess I'll look around for that after I read the last Alterna log. The beings that had emerged from the water soon emerged from the caverns of Alterna itself. From there, they flourished quickly. It wasn't long before they had explored every corner of the world. This epochal event gave great significance to the crater above Alterna and its surrounding territories, now referred to as the Splatlands. The region would, from that point on, be known as the Land of Fresh Beings among the creatures that now thrive on the surface. These newly evolved beings, having scattered themselves across the globe, soon gave rise to distinct cultures and unique ways of life. Out of all the species now roaming the earth, squids and octopuses soon distinguished themselves via intelligence and fresh vibes, so to speak. It wasn't long before they became the apex species of the planet. Look at that map spreading out of life. Now, I must fast forward a bit. You can't speak in first person now. I must fast forward a bit. 5,000 years later. Well, thousands of years later. 5 of them. Humanity hasn't even had 5,000 years yet. Or something, I don't know. I guess there is BC. We're currently in 2000 AD, so I don't know how far back BC goes. You know, at least in terms of humans. A peculiar individual was born. This squid quickly rose to fame in the Splatlands due to some unique characteristics. Yes, this individual was embraced as a prophet, gifted with numerous revelations that they shared among their fellow squids. It was another turning point for squid kind. During this period, the foundations for modern cephalopod civilization were laid. That individual squid is now widely known and celebrated as the progenitor of modern day England. Well, who is it? Was it Captain Cuttlefish? Was it Captain Kettlefish? Secret kettle that I don't know how to find? Guess we'll go back to camp. Maybe they know something about it back there. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. After Alterna, reach the goal to gain access to the log. I love logs! You know, like firewood? $333? Uh-oh. Well, good thing I have a lot. Let's get this thing started. Whoa, watch your step. Oh no, it's Ninja Warrior! It's Sasuke! I remember the one time I did a little Ninja Warrior competition. No, you know, it wasn't official Ninja Warrior. It was like a... Well, watch your step, I guess. You know, like, the parkour gym I went to had this, like, competition night. Ninja Warrior night. Ah. Well, they did better than that. I participated in it. I didn't finish. I forget how many stages in I got to, but there was one where it just had so many steps. And there was this, like, the last part that was to it was like, it was like a punching bag or something had to push up a ramp, and I just didn't push it up enough the first time, and I got to do a second go at it, and I messed up on the first obstacle. It's like, oh man, I blew my second shot without even getting, I felt like if I had made it back to the thing that stopped me before, I would have made it for sure, and then I didn't even make it back to it to try again. Man, the first obstacle was just like that thing back there that made me think of Ninja Warrior. The oh man, what do they call that obstacle? The steps, something steps, sextuple steps maybe, or diagonal step, you know, something or other. Steps. I like how it gave me the reset camera prompt. No, my camera was not stuck. I was intentionally inking the floor. Okay, I should be careful. I just realized I haven't hit a checkpoint yet, and I don't know that I will hit any more. Wait, what? How do I get up there? And also, that parkour gym had a warped wall, and I think they said it's taller than the one that's normally in Ninja Warrior. But even so, I never made it up that one. But knowing that it's taller than the normal one, the usual Ninja Warrior warped wall, I think I can safely say I could make it up the warped wall, the real warped wall. Try another squid surge here. Just check the area above and time here. Ow. But okay. Yeah, the thing that really scared me about the warped wall was that, it's a curved wall, so it's like a ramp. Uh-oh. Okay. So I had this feeling of like, okay, well, if I grab the ledge, then what? What if I grab the ledge, but then my fingers give out, and then I kind of stumble down? Like, it's a little frightening. And then what if I do make it up and I climb all the way up, then I gotta get down. And I don't know that I could, I don't know how comfortable I would feel climbing down off of the warped wall. But you can ink the bottom half of this pillar. And it's going around. Huh. Alright, you get out of here. Okay. Careful, careful. I'm gonna keep my health. I don't know if anyone else heard that, but the sound kind of flipped out for a moment. Could squid roll toward the platform here. Oh. That's interesting. Also kind of frightening. Just like the warped wall. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't know where it's falling. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that off of walls like that. The only times they've ever shown it off in trailers or anything was on the ground. So I assumed it was a ground-only thing. Okay, now I do kind of need to reset my camera. I would like to look around a little bit, look ahead. I know I saw them on the, saw them on the radar. How do I get over there? Oh, there's a switch or something. Oh, I'm supposed to jump across, okay. Is this gonna rotate, or? Wait. I see lines, implying it moves. Safe, that was close. I didn't jump, Marie. What is... Oh, is this... This really is like... What was the name of this again? Oh, After Alterna. This really is like Ninja Warrior. Now it's like the log. The hanging log that they grip onto, and it kind of spins around as it slides down. This really is Sasuke. On Mount Alternayama. Yeah, I've always liked obstacle courses, so I've always liked Ninja Warrior as well. Thought it looked fun. Wanted to not necessarily compete, because it's like, yeah, who am I kidding myself about winning Ninja Warrior? Yeah, right. Oops, you went too far. Backward squid roll might jump you. Oh, okay. It really is Ninja Warrior. It's an endurance run. That's what I was told, and now I'm seeing it. No checkpoints. But it's not quite like the one in like the super hard level that they put at the end of every Mario game that I hate because I can never beat them. And it's like, why is this my completion reward? It was hard enough getting the stuff. But yeah, to continue my train of thought, like I've always liked obstacle courses. I wouldn't say I want to compete in Ninja Warrior, but I would like to try the obstacle course and see which of the obstacles I can make it through. Kind of more, I would like to try it out in more of like a wipeout sense, where if I fail one obstacle, I can just move on to the next. That sounds like fun. Oh no! Oh! This is a farther ledge than I thought. Oh, I ran out of lives and I have to pay another 333 eggs. How do they expect me to grind eggs if I... Where do they expect me to get more eggs if I run out of eggs doing this? But yeah, I'll take this over the super boss that Octo expansion has. Like, again, that's... I don't like my completionism being rewarded with a super hard task. It's like, it can be a challenging thing, sure, but I'd rather it not be like, oh, here's the most incredibly, brutally difficult thing you've ever encountered up, you know, at any point at all in the game, ever. Like, no, just be normal. Don't be brutal, difficult, extreme, face-off, ripping, difficult. Just be a thing. It's like all those Friday Night Funkin' mods that like try to be the hardest mod ever. It's like, no, you can be hard, just don't try to be the hardest one ever. It's like, calm down. I can't say I know a lot of mods that are like that, but I know that kind of is the thing in the community. So like, you know, obviously there are people who do their own thing. You know, Versus Garcello exists, and I appreciate its existence. But it's like every mod wants to be witty, you know, versus witty, and it's like, you can't have every mod be that. Oh. Come on, charge the... There. Ow. Oh, that wasn't the right spot. There. Ow, dude. Excuse me. Get him, small fry. I mean, distract him, small fry. Yeah, do exactly that. Yeah, see, he's not disobeying. He's doing exactly what I told him to do. Actually, I'm just now realizing that probably actually is what they mean for him to do there. If you throw him to a specific point, that becomes... Oh, come on! If you throw him to a specific point instead of an enemy, that's what he's programmed to do. He's programmed to be a distraction. Oop, not what I meant to do, but okay, that works. Get my burst bombs ready. Oh, whoa. Funky jump. Man, that made me think of Funky Kong, and now I'm like, man, I still really want a Donkey Kong 64 remake. Ow. Dude! Stop failing on things you've already beaten! Now I need my armor back before I can make this jump. There. No, my camera doesn't need resetting, game. I wonder, can I? Where did it go? It's not really working. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. I got a guy. Okay, whatever. Ow. I did it again. Jeez, would you stop taking out my armor? I'm like practically one hit. Why do you keep breaking that box open? It's not helping. Oh. Come on. Get into the wall first. Now you're just showing off. Sure. I restarted the level just to show off. Glad I was able to get the shield guy first. Nailed it. Ooh, way to fall. Get out of here. Yeah, to finish continue my train of thought of, like, Ninja Warrior obstacles I've always wanted to try. Like, the, like, Jumping Spider, I think it was called. Actually, I think there's a few variants of that obstacle. Like, you go off a trampoline and you either, like, grab a net, or there's, like, a version where you gotta cling between two walls after you jump. Which is a technique my cousin taught me one time. I very particularly remember that. You know, being able to, you know, if you're in a doorway, you can press yourself against the two walls because they're so close together. What is that over there? Which, you know, is honestly, it's a technique I wish I could use more because it is kind of fun. It's not really defying gravity, but it feels like it, you know? It feels like a ninja technique, which, you know, I'm sure it was. It is a way you can... It is a technique you can utilize to hide from people. Okay, Oh, no. I think that's a super jump. Which means we're not even close to done. And I don't know that there will be a checkpoint after it either. I'm not being fast enough. I'm being too deliberate and careful. Whoa. Whoa. No! Dang it! Hate that feeling, you know? It's like, oh man, I came so far and I'm still not even done yet, and I died and I gotta start over and there's still so much to do. Just taking a breather for a moment. I still stand by that. I appreciate that it's not like the extremely difficult Mario levels that they do at the end of every game. But I do not appreciate the lack of checkpoints. That's the level of challenge that I think is just annoying rather than actually hard. You know, it's not the fun kind of challenge. Like it's just a challenge that makes it more. It's just a trait that makes the challenge more time-consuming, if anything. Which is more of a test of patience than a taste of skill. You know, I especially hate the feeling of, you know, oh, I died and now I have to do the whole level again before I can do that obstacle again. You know, before I can have my redemption. I also hate that feeling of, like, that obstacle. I don't really know if I was doing that obstacle right, and I hate that feeling of, well, now I have to do everything else again just to try that obstacle again and try to figure it out, you know? It's obnoxious. Go away, Octo Sniper. Knock it out. Good, he's dead. Oh, no! See, this is why I hate a lack of checkpoints. It's because you fail on the obstacles that you already beat! I'm not mad. This is not... Those aren't birds. But it is annoying. Come on, I was trying to get him with the small fry and he didn't come back. I'm trying to drink water and it dripped down the side of my face. Wish I could remember what Let's Play that was, where Tim had that variant of that saying of his, where instead of drinking water, he was eating fish, but it keeps falling off of his fork and back onto his plate. Great, they started shooting. Actually, it is great that they started shooting, because now I can get them while they're on the breather. Why is it always in the way? Should just throw a regular grenade at him. That way, if it misses, I can. It can. If it's still on the platform, it can at least explode him. Come on. I lost my armor in like 2 shots. No! Ah, I was trying to see if... trying to see if pushing forward would, like, stick to it. I don't want to keep doing this. I'll just do this on its own thing, record it offline. So as far as streams are concerned, that's it. That's the end of this game. So Monday, we start Crash Bandicoot. Thank you for watching. Bye. I don't know why the sound stops sometimes. Do it properly this time.